Another interesting little project. Project. This little Jackie Poo is from that, which is a motorcycle jack, and it doesn't. If you watch, the piston doesn't move, but there's a lot of movement in this. So I got a feeling I need to do a little bit of modification and repair work here. Also, that looks remarkably seized and dried up. So let's get some penetrating oil on it and see if we can get this thing to at least move, and then we'll make some adjustments on this pin that really shouldn't be moving as much as that. That is for what? Stupid camera. God, this camera's a piece of shit. Right, first thing I gotta do is get these clips out of the way. Ooh, damn, they need a bit of lube. Excuse me. Alright, so I got to get these clips out of the way first of all, before I can before I can do anything. So let's get these out. There's another one there. Right, now, let's see, I can push that, I can push the pin. I got to push the pin out. It's the pin. At the pin of the pushing. Okay, that one's out. Let me put this over here. Now, can I get this other one out? Yay! Whoop-de-doody. Let me now take this out of the way. You see, this has got way more movement than it should have, so I'm going to need to grind this off. Maybe weld up the hole and re-drill it. We'll see. But this, that should be going up and down. It don't want to go up and down. At all. So I might need to get a little persuader on that and see if I can actually boink it down, but if not, then I'll unscrew it. Time for a little bonking. Note the change in pitch. That's because it actually moved. Oh, and look, my little piston came up. Now, the trouble is, oh, yeah, this is not a surprise. It's, let me see if I can just wiggle it about a bit because of the rust. But I think what I'm going to have to do is take this apart and give it a good old clean up. Yeah, it's, whilst I've got it to move, that's not acceptable to me. So let me, no, I can't even I can't pull it up. I can't pull it up, and I want to pull it up. Okay, let's see. Yeah, you see, this thread should have some grease on it as well, and it's got nothing on it. Okay, so I'm going to grease that thread. I want to get the piston up and down. Okay, well, at least I managed to pull it. No, I'm not talking about the little chicken. Pull it, chicken. Come on, pay attention. Alright, so I'm going to need to do some cleaning up here. Get some grease on that. And actually, I'm fortunate, but there is rust around here, so I'm going to get a piece of emery, something along those lines, and clean it up. And I'm definitely going to take this out of here and try and clean that up. I'll be back. Sure. Okay, In order to get this out, which is, not that you probably care, but it's a 19mm, to get that out of the jack. And this is just a typical Harbour Freight jack, so it's, you know, it's not like it's anything expensive, so I didn't give a fuck if I killed it. But that was a 19mm. I then drove that out using my punch. As you can see, this shaft is rusty. So now I'm going to give that a good clean up. I'm going to cut this, well, take this seal off, and I'm going to replace it with an AC seal. AC seals are great for pretty much anything because they're so resistant to fluids. I'm also going to try somehow, and I'm not sure yet how, to clean down in here. Don't think I've got anything that small other than my penis, of course, and it's certainly not that long. Yeah, that's huge. Oh, if only you knew. John Holmes, eat your heart out. So let's get it cleaned up. Back in a second. Right, so I cleaned this up on the wire wheel and treated this to my special rust preparation. Let me just show you that. And if any of you are regulars to my channel, which I would imagine some of you are, you will have seen this before, but just in case you're a new person who is just tuning into my channel because of the topic, this is what I use. Concrete and metal prep helps paint stick. This is a great rust converter. You get it from, well, I get this from Lowe's. I used to get it from Home Depot, but that it really is a second-rate store and they don't seem to hold it anymore. But Lowe's had this, so I bought myself a couple of gallons. And I soaked this part in it because of the rust that was inside here, and I just wanted to get it dealt with. And now, as you can see, ooh, look at that go. Now what I have done is I've covered this shaft in copper grease in the vain hope that that may help it not get rusty again. Does it matter to me? Well, no, I'm selling it, but I like to do things properly. So now we just need to screw it back in here, thusly, and it bottoms out. Get your bottoms out. And we'll grab our 19mm, we'll push that down, we'll do that, we'll just give it a quick stand by for noise. That's it. That's all we need to do. We don't need to go crazy. And just get that off. Okay, that's done now. Now that, in theory, means when I do this pumpy shit, it should actually work if I get the valve closed. Let's see. Did you see that? Did ya? Ooh. There she goes. Okay, I'm going to get this to its maximum. His max and his mum. And then I'm going to put some grease on it. And I'm going to put some grease on this other piece as well. Is it needed? Probably not. Doesn't matter. I've said before, it's the way I work. I like to do things properly. Okay, I am at max. Grabbing one's copper grease. Sorry, Ed China, no, you don't like this. I do. We all have our favourites. And don't get me wrong, I think Ed China is an absolutely brilliant mechanic. We all have our favourites. Copper grease is one of my favourites. He hates it. That's okay. He might like Brewer, like Mike Brewer, might like Mike Brewer. I think Mike Brewer's a dick. Why do I think he's a dick? Because he's a typical fucking car salesman, and he really wasn't necessary to the series. But maybe that's how he got into it. I don't know, and quite frankly, Scarlett. So push down, nothing happens. Release lever. Whoa. Look at that. Bring it across. I need to pump it up again. Oh, well, that wasn't clever, was it? Did you see what happened? Yeah, this idiot here forgot the fact that there isn't a bar to stop this from coming out too far, and I just lost a shitload of hydraulic fluid, so I'm going to have to top that up. That's okay. It's no big a deal. Just would have been nice if I'd have actually engaged my brain cell when I did it. Alright, we're going to continue to... Yeah, I'm going to take this little bung out here and I'll top up the hydraulic fluid just to make sure we're good on that. I do have a large bottle of hydraulic fluid. That's good. Alright, let me, gosh, I'm filthy now. Get that cleaned up, and then whoops, sorry about that. Then we're going to move on to figuring out why this is such a piece of shit. Then I'm going to sell it. Now, when filling this bottle jack back up with fluid, do it in this position. Pull out this little rubber bung and pour the fluid in. Get the bung back in and then test it a couple of times, which is what I've just done, and then you will have the correct level of fluid in there. I did overfill it, and it pumped out because I tested it with the bung out, which is what you should do, and got everything down in the correct position, and it was good to go. So now let's move on to the what shall we say, the mechanical part. As can be seen, there is a hell of a lot of movement here, and that makes it very frustrating when you're trying to jack it up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this head off here. I'm going to take this out, weld up the hole and re-drill it and put another rivet back in. I may have to use a bolt, I don't know yet, but if I have to use a bolt, that's not a big deal. In fact, that might even be a good idea, but we'll see. Right, we're moving on now. We're getting things welded up, and I'm grinding them down, and my regular subscribers will know I'm stupid, and I often cut myself. I was grinding away with this without a glove. Yeah, I went down probably 2 layers of skin there, so now I got to cover it up. Don't do like I do, please. Grab yourself a pair of gloves when you're grinding shit. Alright, we have got the jack sorted out. This is the mechanicals, and don't worry, it's going to be tidied up a little better. I welded up all the holes and then I re-drilled them. Not easy, because once you've welded it kind of gets a little tempered, but this will now give us a better movement. I will give this a clean up now, give it a lick of paint, and when I put this bolt in, when I put this bolt in, I'm going to put some Loctite on it, and in fact I think what I'm going to do is double nut it so that it doesn't come undone. But first I need to just finish cleaning it up, give it a quick coat of paint to make it feel purdy, and then tomorrow when the paint is dry I will reassemble it. Yeehaw! And that's when you'll see this video, tomorrow, but to you doesn't make any difference. Well, time to reassemble. Now let's see, this little piece here, need to get some grease in there. Yep, that's it. Nice and greasy. Now that goes onto there. lined up. Now there should be a pin. Oh, what does that pin hold on, he says. Just like that, I guess. Right. Oh, maybe not. No, I don't think so. Ha ha. I think it... No, it didn't go in there. Where did it... Ooh. How did that get in there? Or on there? Tell you what, let's take another step away. Let's do this, because I need to get this done before anything anyway. So let's get that in there. Get this screw through. And a washer. Get these nuts on. I want that to pivot, so I don't want that tight on there. Now what I am going to do is put a little red Loctite on this. Because this is easily accessible, I'm not worried about using red on it. Normally I wouldn't use red. Okay, and let's see if we can crank this up. Excuse me, you're in the way. Oh, this is not going to be easy. Yeah. Oh, good, it came off. Does it still move? Yes, look at that. What a fantastic job. Now this one, I need to pull that up a little bit, I think. If I can, if it'll let me. Maybe I need to loosen that valve. There it goes. Alright. So now this one, that pin goes through there. Just like that. And getting one little clip and sticks it in the hole. One finds out that it's very hard to stick it in the hole. So let's try it from here. Better angle. There we go. Oh, that's that one in the hole. Now, the only thing I've got to figure out is this spring. Oh, I see. Yes, okay, so it does go there. Come on, you go on there. Right. And definitely, let's see. Yeah, it's got to be. Is it going to be with that washer there? Or the washer there, and then this just here? No, because that will fall through. So, this washer has to go here. Oh, this is going to be fun, isn't it? Trying to get this pin in here. Yeah. Is my hole lined up? No, of course it's not. Because as I pull down on the lever, it moves it. Let me see. Okay, I'm gonna... I know what I'm going to do. Going to take it off of this end. Oi, get back down, you. Get down on it. Right. To get this through. Like that. And again, clip time. Okay, that's the clip. Now all I got to do, all I've got to do, is to reattach this spring. This is going to be fun. Would you believe it? That was too fucking easy. Really? Now, before we go any further, let us see if it works. Look at that. And we want to let it down. Perfect. Now all I've got to do is fit it back onto the frame. So there it is, done. And I always used to forget up and down which way this had to be. So I'll just and write it on there. I thought, simple, huh? That's it. I hope you didn't find that too exciting. And this is, well, I tell you what, I'll even show you it when it's back on the main part. All right, here it is, ready, fitted up. Valve is shut, and you would pump on this. Hang on, let me turn you a bit. And keep on pumping. Now, those of you are thinking, oh dear, you know, I can't rely just on the hydraulic jack to hold up my motorcycle. You're absolutely correct. That is why it is designed with this extra piece of metal here. You see this piece? That then falls down onto there. You release the lever and it locks on the top. So you've got all the weight of this. It's just the safety mechanism. And then you've done your bit, so you bring it up a little further. That's it, a little further. Pull this out the way and lower. Done. There you go. Nothing really super duper, but it works. Now get out in that garage, do some shit. You know the words.